What is going on, guys? EK1 Gaming here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 Hunter build video. This build you are not going to want to miss, especially for those GMs. Now, if you do find this helpful, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I will leave a dim link in the description below for you guys to go ahead and copy over the build. But if you do want to see what this build does and how to utilize it the best way, be sure to watch the video all the way until the end. With all that being said, let's get into the best Hunter Void build of 2023. So to start with, for this build, we are going to be basically utilizing our super so frequently, sometimes within just 10 seconds or so. You are going to keep getting your super back. Now, this is particularly good for GMs and harder content because you will have those difficult champions that you can boost up your super with. And also, it's really good because you've got the invis aspect here to be able to revive your teammates. Now, we're going to be utilizing a couple of different items, 2 exotics mainly, and then a few things that are going to complement this. But basically, first off, we are going to be using the Night Stalker Void Hunter with the Shadow Shot Deadfall. So basically, tether foes to Void Anchor, weakening and suppressing them. And the Void Anchors fired from Shadow Shot pull targets towards an impact point, which then become traps and wait for prey. Void Anchors have increased range and last longer. So this weakens and suppresses them. So Overload champions get stunned by this as well. Not that we're going to use it for that. However, it is a bonus just to have that. Now, you can see the base cooldown for this super is 7 minutes and 35 seconds. We're going to be getting that in around 10 seconds. For the abilities, of course, Gambler's Dodge. So dodge to perform a death tumble, avoiding enemy attacks. Dodging near enemies fully recharges your melee ability. That is also going to send us invisible. So if you want to go invis, just simply utilize your dodge. Then jump, triple jump, always going to be triple jump no matter what build we're running. Snare bomb, throw a smoke bomb which attaches to surfaces and pings enemy radar, and it weakens targets on detonation. So we're going to be putting weaken. And then I go for the Vortex grenade just because I really like this grenade. But use whatever grenade you really want to, because for me, Vortex is the best one here. If you want to use any of the others, go ahead and do so. For the aspects, we're going for Vanishing Step. So dodging makes you invisible. As I said earlier, the Gambler's Dodge is going to make us invisible. You want to have Vanishing Steps on. And then the next one is Stylish Executioner. So defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a stylish execution, your next melee attack while invisible weakens your target. So basically, we're going to be proccing volatile quite a lot when we go through the aspects and how we're working this build in a little while. But basically, we're going to be proccing volatile. We're going to be having weakened, suppressed, and then we're going to get invisible. So if you want to really help out your teammates on these GMs, invisibility really is a must-have, especially if you're not running all warlocks with wells and you just want to play around and be that guy that clutches the game. Then fragment wise, we are going for Echo of Undermining. Now, your void grenades weaken targets. Now, this is a -20 on discipline, but believe me, it is worth it just to get that weaken on the targets. Echo of Persistence is next. Void buffs applied to you, including invincibility, overshield, and devour, have increased duration. So it just makes it longer. So you are invis longer, you've got devour longer, and of course that overshield lasts longer as well. Then we're going to go Echo of Cessation. Now, finisher final blows create a burst of void damage that causes nearby combatants to become volatile. Now, most of the time, I find myself finishing those champs in GMs, so we're going to become volatile by doing so, and that's going to obviously set off a large explosion when you kill the other NPCs, making ad control a lot easier. Then we go an Echo of Starvation. So picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power grants Devour. So we want to be picking up those breaches on the ground. An Orb of Power is going to help us get our super back, and we're going to get Devour from that. It is a -10 recovery, but definitely worth it. In terms of stats, you are going to want to stack out Resilience. That is the most important one here. Then I would prioritize Discipline, Recovery, and then anything else you would like to go for. Now, I really don't have great pieces of gear for this build. However, I've got 101 Resilience, and that's all I need to be able to conduct what I need to do with it. So the exotic weapon we're going to be using with this build is, of course, the Wish Ender. Now, the Wish Ender is an exotic bow. While aiming down sights with a fully drawn bow, combatants behind walls are highlighted, and arrows pierce shields. This is strong against barrier champions. Now what we're going to utilize this for as well is when we're hitting high champions, so like yellow bar champions and those high-end NPCs, we're going to be getting some of our super energy back for every hit as well. This is good, of course, to do barrier champions and overload. So make sure you have overload on the artifact, overload bow, and then you've got both champions covered with one weapon. For the secondary, we're running a funnel web, but you can run anything void. You want void because really volatile rounds active. You really want to be putting that burst out. And on this, I have subsistence, which defeating target potentially reloads the magazine from reserves. And then I have thresh. Now thresh again for the super. Killing combatants with this weapon generates a small amount of super energy. So anything getting that super back as fast as possible. The heavy does not really matter. I just use this one because it's my highest level at the moment, but use a void machine gun if you've got one. That would be absolutely fantastic to run alongside this build. So for the mask, you're going to want to, of course, level it out. Go ahead, hit your resilience mods or whatever mods you need to be able to get 100 resilience and discipline as high as you can, as well as recovery. For me, it's resilience mods all over. Then you're going to want to use void siphon. So rapid void, weapon final blows, create an orb of power. So basically, we're going to be using a void weapon. We're going to be wanting to create those orbs of power to get our super back. Of course, then to get devour and everything else is going to proc. So then you're going to want ashes to assets. You gain super energy on grenade kills. So once we're killing people with our grenades, we're going to weaken them. We're going to do all of those effects to them. And we're also going to gain a lot of super energy on those kills. And then we've got kinetic siphon, so rapid kinetic weapon final blows create an orb of power. Now with our bow, we can hit pretty much 2 targets within a matter of a second with the bow, especially if they are standing near each other as well. So we're going to be getting orbs of power from the wish ender also. For the arms, again, go ahead and pick whatever mod you would like on here. I'll put a bit of discipline on this one. Bolstering detonation is a must. So it grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. So this is just going to get us everything back that we need. We're going to be utilizing our abilities. We're going to use our grenade and, of course, our super all the time. Then firepower, your grenade final blows create orbs of power. So we're creating more orbs of power on the ground. Gets our super back quicker. Again, procs other things as well. Then we're going to go kinetic loader. So it increases the reload speed of kinetic weapons. Now this is useful for the bow because I find it just basically lets you keep drawing a lot faster in terms of loading up the next one. It doesn't make that much of a difference. You can change this out for something else if you want. But for me personally, I feel like this is one of the things that benefits the wish ender a lot. For the chest piece, again, whatever mod you would like on the start. I've got discipline. And then we're going to go solar resistance, basically reduces incoming solar damage. Void resistance reduces incoming void damage. And then concussive dampener reduces incoming area of effect damage from combatants. Now you can switch these out depending on what level or what GM you're doing or what raid it is or whatever it is you're doing. What damage is incoming for you, just change these ones out. It's not really that important as long as you've got them on that reflects the mission you're in. Then for the cloak, again, pick whatever mods and then go ahead and have bomber. So this reduces your grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So we're going to be using those abilities. Just throw that ability, weaken, suppress, do all of that good stuff and get your grenade back a lot faster. And then we're going to be using Reaper. So after using your class ability, your next weapon final blow spawns an orb of power. So when you've got people tethered or when you've got people in your sights, use your ability and then just hit the final blows with any weapon you've got. And it's going to give you an orb of power, meaning you're going to get your super back, meaning again, you're going to proc a lot of different things. Then we're going utility kickstart. So when your class ability energy is fully expended, you gain class ability energy. Additionally, your armor charge is consumed and you gain additional class ability energy for each stack. So basically just keeping them abilities going, keeping the grenades going, making sure we're generating as many orbs of power as possible. And then of course for the leg armor, this is the exotic for the hunter. It's Orpheus rig. Now this is quite an old exotic now, so pick whatever mod you want. I've gone resilience. You're going to want innovation, reduces grenade cooldowns each time you pick up orb of power. So basically we're going to be picking up a lot of orbs, so you're going to want to get your grenade back quicker, your abilities back quicker by doing so, as well as all of your super. Then, of course, Installation reduces your class ability cooldown on each time you pick up an orb of power. So again, we're picking up orbs. We're going to reduce abilities and grenade there. And then Absolution reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb of power. Again, we're just picking up orbs. We're going ahead. We're getting those orbs in, getting our super, getting our abilities. And then we're going to be utilizing that to literally wreck and just tangle and tether as many NPCs as possible. GMs are so much fun using this build. Now for the artifact, make sure you've got Overload Bow on. You can have anything else really. I have Overload Bow because it gives me barrier and overload on the Wish Ender. And then just pick whatever ones you want. So mods, I've got Void. So the armor energy cost of all armor mods affecting your Void weapons are significantly discounted. And then of course the main one here is Volatile Round. So picking up an Orb of Power grants your Void weapons volatile, which is why we're running that funnel web. Then what you're going to do is Multi-Siphon mods grants access to armor mods in your helmet that combine the effects of Strand Siphon mod with the Solar Siphon and Void Siphon. So if you're going to use like a Strand machine gun, you might want to do Strand and Void Siphon. It's up to you. That's just an option. Then we're going Shattered Orbs or Shatter Orbs. The first time you break a combatant's shield, you create an orb of power. And if you break the shield with a matching damage type. So basically, a lot of them have Void Shield, Solar Shield, stuff like that. If you break it with the same damage type, you're going to get yourself a free Orb of Power. Bricks from Beyond. Defeating a powerful combatant with a Void weapon has chance to generate heavy ammo for you and your teammates. So if you want to really help out your teammates, go ahead, use that funnel web to finish off those heavy combatants or those powerful combatants and get yourself some heavy ammo. And then I've got Rain of Firebolts. This is for another build that I'm running at the same time. But you could do Void Weapon Channeling if you want to. You gain a temporary bonus to Void Weapon damage after you defeat a target with a Void Weapon, while at least one of your Void abilities is fully charged. We're not going to have our abilities always fully charged on this, so this doesn't really matter that much. So I hope you have enjoyed this build video as much as I have, because this build absolutely wrecks. You get that super back so fast. Leave me a comment in the comment section below telling me your quickest super. How fast have you got it back? Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next build video.